Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. These are unprecedented times in modern history of our parliament. Shocking behavior in the name of privilege. This privilege, my dear viewers, given by you and by me, the Janata of this country, to represent us to these parliamentarians. And what have they reduced this privilege to? Shouting matches, leaping on top of tables, hurling the rule book at the chair. For the first time in our history, the chairman of the House was reduced to tears. He was anguished, and so is the nation tonight. Have we sent our members of parliament to see the House to be reduced to a moment like this? Are we a democracy that doesn't believe in calming the situation, rather revels in confrontation? Tonight, one of our most distinguished parliamentarians and India's vice president was in tears. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha was equally anguished. Here's what they had to say.
Entering this sanctum sanctorium of the House in itself is an act of sacrilege. I am distressed by the way this sacredness was destroyed yesterday. While some members sat on the table, some others climbed on the table of the House, perhaps to be more visible in such acts of sacrilege. I have no words to convey my anguish and to condemn such acts. As I spent a sleepless night, I struggled to find out the provocation or reason for forcing this August House to hit such a low yesterday.
निश्चित रूप से मेरी अपेक्षाओं के अनुरूप सदन नहीं चला और जितना काम सदन में होना चाहिए उतना काम नहीं हो पाया। निश्चित रूप से इसकी मेरी वेदना है और मैं चर्चा करूंगा और संवाद करूंगा ताकि सदन चले। इसकी गरिमा को न गिरने दें, ऐसा सभी माननीय संसद सदस्यों को प्रयास करना चाहिए। जिस तरीके की सदन के अंदर नारेबाजी, तख्तियां करना, इससे संसद की गरिमा को गिर रही है।
Ladies and gentlemen, let me cut to the chase. Why should there be privilege for our parliamentarians in instances like these? By jumping atop a table and creating ruckus, disrespecting the House, will they achieve their goals? If throwing the rule book is a norm, will the same rule book apply to the common man who can now throw a manifesto at the party and representatives of the party when they come to seek votes, and on elected leaders for not fulfilling their promises after election? Will common like you and me get away with an action like that? Do we, the Aam Aadmi, have the power to grab a document in the hand of a politician and hurl the shredded papers at them? Shouldn't we enjoy the same privilege? Tonight, this hypocrisy has to end. That's why Times Now reporters confronted the members of parliament who triggered this chaos in the House. Listen to their brazen justification.
मैं एक और बात कह देना, मुझे किसी बात का खेद नहीं, किसी बात का खेद नहीं। 100 दफा मौका मिलेगा, 100 दफा ये मैं काम करूंगा। अगर आप हमें अगर हमारी आवाज आप सुनोगे नहीं, यहाँ डिस्कशन करो, नहीं तो ये होगा।
प्रताप सिंह बाजवा ने जो कल किया है राज्यसभा में,
नहीं अब चलिए, अब हो गए, बोला।
If yesterday we saw Congress's Pratap Singh Bajwa leading the ruckus, the BJP has now shared a new video claiming it was the Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament Sanjay Singh who began the pandemonium, urging other MPs to climb on the table, following which Bajwa emulated him. Minutes after the Rajya Sabha was adjourned sine die. Here's how both sides confronted each other.
जो इस सेशन में ऑपोजिशन का व्यवहार था, वो 11 साल में मैंने तो कभी नहीं देखा। सिक्योरिटी स्टाफ के साथ झगड़ा किया, जो दरवाजे हैं उसके कांच को तोड़ा, बंद था दरवाजा, और बंद दरवाजे के कांच को तोड़ के एक हमारी महिला एएसओ को चोट लगी। इस व्यवहार का न्याय साधारण कार्रवाई से नहीं हो सकता।
अब ये सरकार ऐसी गुंडों की सरकार है, ये मैं तो ये कहूँगा। आज जो महिला सांसदों के साथ हुआ, धक्का मुक्की की गई उनके साथ, अब तो मुझे लग रहा है पिस्टल लेके घुसेड़ देंगे किसी मार्शल को।
वो ये कह रहे हैं कि महिलाओं को चोट लगी,
नहीं,
सांसदों को चोट लग गया।
महिलाओं को चोट किसने पहुंचाई? ये सवाल है ना। अब तो मुझे लगता है कि कुछ दिन में पुलिस डिप्लॉय कर दी जाएगी सदन के अंदर, हथियार लेके पहुंच जाएंगे पुलिस वाले, यही होना बाकी है।
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to the legitimate question on the news hour tonight. Is privilege being misused to trigger pandemonium? Is that for the benefit of the country? That's the question and the debate. Sansad Sankat, that's the hashtag and the debate coming up.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Advocate Vijay Dharni, MLA of the Congress Party in Tamil Nadu, Professor Om Prakash Mishra, Trinamool Congress spokesperson, Imtiaz Jalil, Lok Sabha Member of Parliament of the AIMIM, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, political analyst, Shehzad Poonawala, lawyer. But my first question goes to Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, many a times the opposition has said that ye tanashahi hai. This is a dictatorial rule of the BJP-led government. I want to ask you tonight, whose responsibility is it to get things under order? Because what we as people of the country, what we as the public are seeing is that the government is not able to control the House, and the opposition now has broken so many rules that we don't even know where you will begin to improve the standards that have been maintained and set in Parliament now.
Navika, with utmost clarity, let me first answer your question. You said whose responsibility it is to ensure that the House functions and the House is productive. The answer is yes, primary responsibility lies with the Treasury benches. But is it also not the responsibility of every member of Parliament who has taken oath under the Constitution to preserve the ethos of the Constitution itself? Now, you very rightly said that there are certain privileges, there are rights and immunities given to the parliamentarian under the Constitution. But throwing a diary at the chair, is it a privilege, a power, or an immunity? Tearing papers when IT minister wants to answer the question that you have been raising, is it a power, an immunity, or is it any other right that you have? And just the same way, today, I must say, the people of the country are hurt seeing this gundaism, if I could borrow the term from Sanjay Singh, who has been a habitual offender. And what is the punishment that can be meted out to them? The answer is very categorical. The House has all the powers to conduct its business. And these hooligans should be expelled from the House. That is the sentiment of the country. My second point is, Navika, there are many disagreements with the opposition, Sonia Gandhi ji, Rahul Gandhi, and others. Say, if we don't like something that they are uttering, is it okay for the Treasury benches or for a minister to stand up, take a diary and throw it at the leaders of the Congress? The answer is no. It is unacceptable. Even with our differences, conforming to the rules and the regulations of the House, we have to live with it. And that is the way democracy works. Today, Venkaiah Naidu ji has mentioned that he is deeply hurt. This sentiment is shared by every citizen of the country, and he has suggested that this sacrilege of the House cannot be permitted. And I think 100% every citizen will agree with the words of the Vice President as well as the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla ji.
Professor Om Prakash Mitra, Professor Om Prakash Mishra, I want to ask you, on both sides, there are issues. Do you have the right to object to the government's policies? Of course you do. Do you have the right to disagree? Of course you do. But have we now, set aside all appearances, and is it now going to be fisticuffs next on the floor of the House of Elders You know, it's called the House of Elders. That's what the Rajya Sabha is called. And are we going to see those kind of scenes? Already we've seen members atop tables. We've seen rule books being thrown at the chairman's chair. We've seen black cloth also being waved. We've seen placards. We've seen everything now. Now, what is left is, I think, slapping each other and fisticuffs. Are we going to come to that before we realize that we are actually doing a disservice to the people of India who have elected members of parliament to the House to take up their issues, not for settling scores?
Nabika ji, thank you very much. In fact, I agree with you that this is not how it should be. It was never intended like that, and it should not be allowed. I insist that it should not be allowed. We are talking of the rule. What about Rule 267? So many opposition members of parliament, they have repeatedly asked, invoked this particular rule to have a focused discussion, a time-bound discussion on Pegasus. It was not agreed to. We were talking about chairperson of the Union Council of States, Rajya Sabha, and Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha, that they are very anguished. You know why? Because they were not allowed by the government to agree to have a discussion on Pegasus. Because the chairperson must have felt very much handicapped, the government not agreeing to a discussion on Pegasus. And Lok Sabha Speaker must have been very much anguished. And they must also be very anguished that without any rhyme and reason, the government has now
anguish is
actually
fine. You demanded a discussion on Pegasus.
No, once again.
Fair point. You demanded a discussion on Pegasus, but what happened when the minister rose to make a statement? The statement was taken away from his hand, it was torn into bits and thrown on the minister's face. Is that how you expect the discussion to take place?
Of any political party, Nabika ji? By the way, I give a challenge. I give a challenge to the BJP. BJP spokesperson say all the opposition members should be expelled. I am giving a challenge on behalf of my party, on behalf of the All India Trinamool Congress. If the government has got the ability, if they got the power, let them come and try to expel all the members of the opposition. It is an open challenge to the BJP. And secondly, I must insist that why the Prime Minister, who is the leader of the parliamentary democracy in the country, never set a foot during this monsoon session. He did not come to the Rajya Sabha. He did not come to the Lok Sabha together with his Home Minister. Not a single day. Not even for a minute.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, there have been questions raised by Mr. Om Prakash Mishra. I want you to respond to those questions while I get in Mr. Somnath Bharti of the Aam Aadmi Party, who's joining the News Hour tonight. And Somnath Bharti, there seems to be some sort of an one-upmanship that's going on between the opposition and the treasury benches. I want to ask you, when the House has not been in order for a single day, I want to ask you, when you wanted a discussion on Pegasus and the minister got up to give a statement, his statement was, taken away, snatched from his hand, torn into bits, and then you want to demand that aap discussion nahi kara rahe, the Prime Minister is not coming to the House. There is no decorum in the House. Why should the Prime Minister be there? Because you're not there to listen to anybody. You are there for a demonstration of some sort of brawn power, and that is displayed by standing on the desks, standing on the tables of the Rajya Sabha personnel. Why would you want the Prime Minister to be there in the House to witness this?
Nabika ji, what you are saying, in fact, I would like to draw the parallel between the BJP's behavior in Delhi Legislative Assembly and BJP's behavior in the Rajya Sabha. In Delhi Legislative Assembly, they would demand that we are not allowed to speak, Speaker has curtailed our rights, etc., etc. And same BJP would be speaking the other language in Rajya Sabha. Today, Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, in fact, they are not at all discussing and debating the real issues. Where are they discussing the farmers issue, the Pegasus issue? What democracy, the way it has been put in danger today by BJP. Prime Minister is mum. Prime Minister owes a duty. It is his duty to come to the floor of the House and speak out the truth. While foreign countries, whether it be France or it be the originating state like Israel, they have ordered investigation. We have enough proofs on records that media persons, politicians, executive people, judges, who all were not the victims of Pegasus scam, but still Prime Minister is mum. And then you are talking about rules of the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is to discuss people's issues.
You've taken the matter to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has made certain observations, has virtually said that there is no evidence, and no evidence at least has been presented other than paper clippings. And it has also changed. It has also changed the people who have been accused by the petitioners. But I want to ask Mr. Gaurav Bhatia of the BJP to respond to the charges made by two opposition parties, the Trinamool Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Gaurav Bhatia.
So, first of all, let me respond to my friend, Mr. Mishra. Professor Mishra spoke about Rule 267 without making it too technical. Rule 267 says any member may, with the consent of the chair, move that any rule may be suspended. The chair's consent is required. Sir, please read the rule. But let me say this, that this was all started by the anarchist MPs of TMC when they took away and tore the paper in the hands of the minister, followed by Sanjay Singh, who has been earlier also suspended from the House. And Navika, the people of our country wanted to see these MPs repenting, regretting and atoning. But Sanjay Singh today said, 100% मैंने सही किया. What did Mr. Bajwa say? Mr. Bajwa said that मैं 100 बार और करूंगा. And Somnath Bharti is a lawyer too. Somnath ji, I will only like to tell you, it is very sad that you demand the Prime Minister should come and respond. But when the Prime Minister was introducing the newly inducted ministers, what was the conduct of your MPs and others? So you expect the Prime Minister to be part of the House proceedings, but at the same time, you want to behave like hooligans. Third, read code of conduct for members of Rajya Sabha. Mr. Bharti, let me complete myself. This is important for the viewers. Navika, I am placing code of conduct for members of Rajya Sabha, and the first point which is expected out of them is important. And I quote, it says, members must not do anything that brings disrepute to the parliament and affects their credibility. How dare they behave like hooligans? If you have power and strength in the argument that you are going to make, there would be no need to resort to such methods which bring disrepute to the temple of democracy.
Well, let me get in Ishkaran Bhandari, lawyer who's joining the panel. And I want to ask you, Ishkaran Bhandari, 12 BJP MLAs suspended for 1 year on 5th of July in the Maharashtra Assembly. That is justified because they were unruly and they are from the BJP, so it's absolutely justified. In the Kerala Assembly 2015, there were LDF disrupted the budget speech. MLAs stood on the desk, disrupted the House, flung Speaker's chair from the podium. Desks, mics and computers were damaged. The Supreme Court has just given its verdict and has refused to quash the criminal cases against these MLAs. Let me also remind people that in 2014, ruckus over Telangana creation, 16 MPs were suspended because there were scenes. And all of us remember this very, very clearly when Andhra and Telangana had to be divided. Again, 2014, members of parliament were suspended. In Odisha Assembly in 2013, well, that was before the BJP came to the centre. BJP MLAs hurled shoes and dustbin at the speaker and 3 BJP MLAs were suspended. So the record is pretty mixed for parties when it comes to legislatures, assemblies and the parliament at the center. The question is, at the state level, it was bad enough for the Aam Aadmi to digest. Now it's gone a step further, and at a national level, we are seeing what we are seeing. Members of parliament justifying, standing on tables and saying, "Agar zarurat padi, to hum 100 baar aisa karenge." What do you call this?
Yeah, just
Navika, in the simplest language, it is gundagardi. And unfortunately, all political parties engage in this. That is why the Supreme Court judgment which came in Kerala is extremely important. The Supreme Court said that if you will have no legislative immunity if you destroy public property, which is what they had done in Kerala Assembly. The government changed. They wanted to withdraw it. Trial court refused withdrawal of the case. High Court upheld and Supreme Court has also upheld. I think it has come a high time that we set a benchmark, whether it be any assembly, any political party or the parliament. If you indulge in this gundagardi behavior, destroy public property, you should immediately be charged under the criminal laws of this country and should face punishment, because the people of this country have had enough of this. In assembly it will be one party, in the parliament it will be some other party. All parties doing this must face the law and must face the penal law, because end of the day it is the temple of democracy, and if you are standing in this manner in the temple of democracy, the people of India then should ensure that action is taken on you under criminal laws, which is what Supreme Court has also upheld.
Well, Vijay Dharini ji, I want to ask you, 22% productivity in Lok Sabha, 28% productivity in Rajya Sabha, 150 crore cost to the exchequer, and the exchequer, by the way, in case you didn't know, consisted of money paid by taxpayers, which is the Aam Aadmi, and 150 crores have been lost in just one monsoon session. Add to this the bill of salaries, dearness allowance, kharcha of gaadi, petrol, support staff, everything that is picked up by the Aam Aadmi in terms of money. I want to ask you, is this fair to the Aam Aadmi who is struggling to make ends meet? Aam Aadmi who's facing the assault of high fuel prices, Aam Aadmi which has had salary cuts during the COVID period, Aam Aadmi which is facing unemployment, Aam Aadmi which has to go through with the pain of COVID, as all of us have gone through. None of those issues picked up. And what are your members of parliament saying? कि हम table पे खड़े होंगे, and if it's required we'll do it 100 more times. We are not sorry at all. Is this how lawmakers should behave? People who make laws for us?
Navika, the parliament is the highest forum of this country. We have great respect for the parliament and the legislatures. Then I am also a part of the legislature in Tamil Nadu. I am very particular that if you allow the opposition to function, speak, give their time, debate on issues, what they want. They want to discuss on issues relating to the people. What all you mentioned, Aam Aadmi. What are the troubles faced by Aam Aadmi you listed out. I appreciate you. Now, in this government, how the Aam Aadmi is suffering, you literally, I appreciate you for listing out all the troubles. Now, in this government, the Aam Aadmi is facing. We would like to discuss
But Vijay Dharini ji, not one of these issues were picked up by the opposition. When the Prime Minister was introducing his Council of Ministers, you did not allow him to do that on the opening day. You did not allow a minister to respond to a query raised by the opposition itself.
Yes.
You set the tone.
Navika, we would like to discuss on all these issues. The government has allotted the time.
Moral high ground, Shehzad Poonawala, moral high ground, after from the word go, the opposition did not even allow the Prime Minister to introduce his cabinet. Now the moral high ground कि ये dictatorial हैं, these people are doing tanashahi, these people are being arrogant. All the blame on the government's doorstep, even when the first step of introduction of cabinet ministers was not allowed. Is that the way it's going to be settled in Parliament now?
Is prevailing.
Well, if the Honorable Vijay Bharani ji can stop shouting and screaming, I can make a couple of points. First of all, Navika, this is neither dissent nor disruption. This is desecration. Today, the Vice President, the Chairman of the House, was in tears. Every time a parallel is drawn with the BJP. Of course, the BJP disrupted the House in the previous government. I remember not just what Mr. Jaitley said, but also what Mr. Manmohan Singh said. He called it mockery of democracy. But how come they don't remember that did any BJP leader stand up on the table? Did Gaurav Bhatia's party snatch papers from any minister's hand? Did they break a glass? Did they shove women marshals? And look at Mr. Somnath Bharti. I'm glad he's come in a new look, but it should not be the look of hypocrisy. This man says that look what BJP says in the Assembly of Delhi. These people have actually suspended the MLA of BJP from Delhi Assembly. At that time, ask karo to wo discipline. ये करे तो dissent की आवाज को घोट रहे हैं. अरे भाई hypocrisy की भी कोई सीमा होती है. 76 hours were wasted. नाविका इसको कैलकुलेट कीजिए. सवाल पब्लिक का नहीं, पैसा भी पब्लिक का है. और मेरा सवाल सिर्फ इतना है नाविका, मान लेते गौरव भाटिया की कोई मंशा नहीं है जनता के मुद्दों को डिस्कस करने की. द बेस्ट वे टू ट्रैप गौरव भाटिया वुड बी टू अलाउ द हाउस टू फंक्शन. Why did you fall into the trap of गौरव भाटिया? आप तो गौरव भाटिया को पकड़ लेते पूरा पार्लियामेंट में, बोलते हम तो बैठेंगे.
Mr. Somnath Bharti, pandemic was the first issue on the table by the government. There was the issue of Kisans, which was yesterday, in between several other issues. Do you think Pegasus was more important than pandemic? Do you think not allowing the minister to read his statement was the right way to begin to put the government on the mat on the Pegasus issue? I'm asking you this question.
Navika ji, what I'm seeing, in fact, just now Gaurav ji was terming honorable members of parliament as hooligans. The kind of, aggression and the kind of words which BJP has been using, possibly thinking that today they hold in their own hand all institutions. Nobody can touch them. They can say anything, they can do anything, and nobody can harm them, nobody can seek accountability from them. What I'm seeing, that the temple which we have been referring time and again, that a temple of democracy, democracy is all about people. And people concerns have to be given due consideration by BJP. BJP today enjoys brute force on the floor of the House. Have they bothered about farmers? The legacy is a tool to sabotage democracy. Pegasus is a tool to sabotage democracy, to shut everybody's mouth. The whole problem is the BJP central government is doing everything, whatever they can, to muzzle the voice of the opposition. The opposition must not speak, and opposition and everybody else, including judiciary, must toe the line of BJP. That's the whole problem.
No, but Somnath Bharti, Shehzad is responding to you. Shehzad is responding to you. Okay, after Shehzad, I'll get in Gaurav Bhatia. Shehzad respond.
सोमनाथ जी, ये 12 बजे वाला विज्ञापन वाला वीसी नहीं है. आप सुन लीजिए. मेरा सवाल आपसे केवल इतना है, आपने जब सस्पेंड किया बीजेपी के एक विधायक को, वो डिसिप्लिन था या वो डिसेंट को घोटा आपने?
नहीं, देखिए,
आप करो तो चमत्कार
मैं आज कह रहा हूँ कि पेगासिस पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब को या कंसर्न को बात करने से कौन उनको आके बोलना चाहिए क्या हुआ है.
Somnath Bharti ji, can I make a point? And to Om Prakash Mishra ji, I want to just make one point. You're absolutely right that the government should have responded to the Pegasus charge. Okay, let's agree that the government should have responded to that. But I want to ask you, that happens after the first step is when the parliament meets and new ministers have taken over, the prime minister introduces his ministers to the house. Did that happen? Did you allow the prime minister to do that? Did you allow the prime minister to do that? Do you know that the prime minister is not just one man called Mr. Narendra Modi belonging to one party called the BJP? The prime minister is an institution. आज वो है, इससे पहले डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह थे और उससे पहले कोई और था, वाजपेयी जी थे और उससे पहले बीपी सिंह, चंद्रशेखर, पीवी नरसिम्हा राव और ना जाने अगले कई दशकों में कौन कौन आएगा. It is not a chair, Mr. Somnath Bharti and Mr. Om Prakash Mishra. In a democracy, anyone can strive to be the Prime Minister.
मैं बताऊं आपको.
And the respect is to the chair, to the office of the Prime Minister. Do we realize that? Professor Om Prakash Mishra.
बहुत अच्छी बात है. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहा. नाभिका जी, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहा, पर आज तक अभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. नेहरू के समय में भी नहीं हुआ है, देवेगौड़ा जी के समय में नहीं हुआ है, जो एक विदेशी नागरिक को आप मंत्रिसभा का सदस्य बना रहे. आपका जो मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट है, ही इज नॉट एन इंडियन सिटीजन, ही इज फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश. And the opposition parties, we have raised this issue. How can he introduce someone and make him a part of his council of ministers? So therefore, we have objected to it. And this
can you substantiate the charge? Om Prakash Mishra ji. Om Prakash Mishra ji.
क्यों डिस्कशन नहीं किया? तो इसलिए हमारी पार्टी का
so you are saying that you have an objection and therefore you will not allow the Prime Minister to introduce his cabinet. Ishkaran Bhandari and Shehzad coming in. Shehzad's point first before I get in Gaurav Bhatia. Shehzad.
When that person fought a MP election, did these people raise this issue? I think when he became a minister, because to fight an election of MP also you have to be an Indian citizen. And look at these hypocrites. These hypocrites in the book at the chair because of the farm laws. These are the same people who in their manifesto said we want the APMC Act. These are the same people who notified the laws in Delhi Assembly. And today they come here to take the stand on the Kisan Kanoon. And look at this person.
And I don't understand. And I don't understand this. If somebody is a Bangladeshi, then CAA would address it. CAA की आप खिलाफत करेंगे, बांग्लादेशी पे आप ऑपोजिशन करेंगे. चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी. यही सोमनाथ भारती जी, आप हंस रहे हैं. आप क्यों हंस रहे हैं सोमनाथ भारती जी? आपको इसमें क्या अम्यूजिंग लगा?
आप फुल आज मूड में हैं बीजेपी की बैटिंग करने के लिए.
नहीं, आप मुझे बताइए कि ये बांग्लादेशीज का इशू जब आता है तो तृणमूल का गाना और सुर और ताल और राग अलग हो जाता है. आज राग अलग है.
You are a very senior journalist. We should not make it this trivial. This very.
Is it trivial? It's a serious issue.
No,
it's a serious issue. Who's making it trivial?
Pegasus scam has to be responded by BJP, come what may. This country wants to know how will they be investigating the private chats, private discussions of so many people, whether it be media, whether it be judiciary, whether it be politicians. BJP has a moral duty. They cannot run away from this duty.
Gaurav Bhatia, respond. I'm coming to you, Ishkaran and Vijay Dharini. Gaurav Bhatia, respond to the charges.
To Mr. Bharti, do you know who used the term Gunda? I think you missed the bite. Navika played it, and it was Sanjay Singh. And it's a known fact that he was earlier also suspended from the House for unruly behavior. I just want to say one thing. अगर मवालीगिरी करेंगे तो मवाली ही बुलाया जाएगा. और संजय सिंह was saying today कि किसानों को मवाली बुलाया.
आपने तो
Mr. Bharti, I did not interrupt you. Did I interrupt you?
No, please go ahead.
Did I interrupt you? You want to do the same thing sir. Here on the show also. So please extend the same courtesy.
बोलिए गौरव भाटिया जी.
धन्यवाद. देखिए, जब वो कहते हैं कि मवाली बुलाया तो मवालियों की हरकतें मिस्टर संजय सिंह कर रहे हैं. If he had conviction in his arguments, he would not be resorting to what he is doing. Second, संजय सिंह ने कहा कि किसानों का दिया नमक खाते हैं. बिल्कुल खाते हैं. किसानों का हम सम्मान करते हैं, नमक खाते हैं. अरे संजय सिंह और अरविंद केजरीवाल भी तो देश का नमक खाते हैं. तो उसी देश से गद्दारी क्यों कर रहे हैं? And to Congress, I would like to say, you know, we have seen selective appearance or guest appearances of Manmohan Singh ji. He was also given the award of outstanding parliamentarian. Sonia Gandhi ji is quiet, Navika. Manmohan Singh ji should come out and tell the nation. I'm sure even Manmohan Singh ji will not approve of what Mr. Pratap Singh Bajwa has done. because we have to uphold the highest traditions of the house.
Well, I don't know if the BJP is looking for affirmation coming in from Dr. Manmohan Singh. So let's leave that aside. But Gaurav Bhatia, to be fair, Gunda, Mawali, if these words are going to be used between political parties, आप कह रहे हैं संजय सिंह जी ने कहा, चलिए उन्होंने कहा, लेकिन आप तो सत्ता पक्ष हैं, you are from the treasury benches, at least you should rise above this and show some decorum. If both sides are going to use this, where is it going to end? And that is the question I'm asking. And Vijay Dharini ji, I want to ask you, Vijay Dharini ji, will you stand by a member of parliament of the House of Elders standing on a table to say that he should be heard? Isn't that competition between the Aam Aadmi Party and Bajwa ji? Because Punjab elections are around the corner. Both members from both these parties are standing on tables to show the people कि भाई हम लड़ रहे हैं आपके हक के लिए. I want to ask you, is this one-upmanship, showmanship in parliament?
Navika ji, one thing, if the government and the House had allowed them to speak, allowed them the chances, they wouldn't stand up on the table. Okay, so first you should teach through your journalism that you are talking many things about us, but tell the government also, speak through your TV, that they should also give time to the opposition speak on issues. If they could not allow them to speak on issues, then what is...
So then it is justified, they will stand on the table. Gaurav Bhatia, respond.
They will do that.
Madam, I heard you and you said a very nice thing. You said Parliament or Legislative Assembly is a place to discuss. But are you aware when these 3 farm bills were debated upon, Rahul Gandhi was abroad? And when, Navika, on 10th of August, the discussion on agricultural problems and solutions was to take place, Rahul Gandhi was again missing in action. And they disrupted the House. So how would you participate in a discussion when you decide to throw missiles, files and papers at the chair?
Well, let me get in Ishkaran Bhandari as I come to the conclusion of this debate. Ishkaran Bhandari, don't you think these members of parliament from various opposition parties would have gained a lot had they allowed House to function, because they could have stood up and spoken? And if they had managed to put the government on the mat, they clearly would have won the battle in the eyes of the people, because it is ultimately the call of the people. Vijay Dharini ji says, आप क्यों नहीं सरकार को बोलती हूँ? मैं कौन होती हूँ बोलने वाली किसी को भी? ये तो जवाब जनता देगी. जब इलेक्शन होंगे तो जवाब जनता देगी, और ये वर्डिक्ट जनता ही देती है. उन्होंने 2019 में दिया था नेशनल लेवल के लिए, उन्होंने 2024 में फिर से देना है. इन बिटवीन अगर आपको सरकार पसंद नहीं आ रही है तो नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन लाइए, नंबर्स दिखाइए. इसी तरह डेमोक्रेसी चलती है. Ishkaran Bhandari, is it not?
Navika, two short points. If opposition wants to behave like a gunda, and I can say, because I'm not from any political party, a citizen will feel this behavior is gundagardi. That is their choice. The people will reject them. You don't win debates by being gundas. But the larger point, the action needs to be taken. Whosoever, if women marshals have been assaulted, register a criminal case. If public property has been destroyed, register a criminal case. So a benchmark is that no government or no opposition today or tomorrow can repeat this in future. And as to a member of our Council of Ministers not being an Indian citizen, then all his documents are forged. Stop saying this on TV. Please go get a criminal case registered. As a citizen, it's your duty. If you have any belief that he is not an Indian citizen, get a criminal case registered or file an election petition. Do some service instead of just speaking on TV.
Absolutely. The question really here is, who's going to pick up the people's issues? And should Aam Aadmi be treated differently from people who are privileged to be in parliament? Does privilege allow them to break the law? Do same laws do not apply to them, the ones that apply to you and me? Should we keep paying our taxes so that they can waste our money over so many days of stalling of parliament? These are questions that the people of India are asking. And it's time for political parties to wake up, smell the coffee, because people are known to give their verdict. And they will give their verdict when they vote and press the button. And sometimes it comes as a root shock. Don't do your politics, all political parties, on our time, our money. That's what people of India are saying. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1. Debate number 2, and the hypocrisy of now trolling our hockey captain after he's won a bronze medal for the country at the Olympics.
The new